Hey, hey, I hope all is well and you're hanging in there by the grace of God. How are you doing? How are you doing? I know it's still some intense, weird, crazy, wild, beautiful energy going on at the same time. All right, this message is about sounding the alarm for those committed to the light. They label us as light workers. And it's about us right now doing the work, working your light. And I was called to give this message because that's very important right now. Um, because you see this war going on. You got to be careful about the internet. They call it the internet for a reason. Watch what enters you from the World Wide Web during this time, because it is a lot of fake news that's going on right now. It's a lot of people that's hyper focused on things of the flesh, things outside of you, things that are not going to help you to elevate emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Um, Talking too much about celebrities, about the government and the politicians, because we can't control any of that. What will be, will be. But what we can do is be still, meditate, praying, work your light, be around more positive energy people. You know them by their fruit. You know the ones who are just not in the right place emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And those are the main ones who complain most of the time, who are mad most of the time. We got to feel our feelings right now. But we are supposed to be embodying the light. And I know now why I was asked, why I was nudged to take time off from work, because this is a critical time right now. You see the war that's going on, it's diabolical. It's devastating. It's destructive. It's sad. It's difficult to watch. And all I can see is evil forces at work. Wickedness in high spiritual places at work. And we see him going against each other. It's like people still under a spell in this country. I can only talk about what's going on in this country. I know things are happening in other countries too. We see that in the Middle East. It's going down. And bigger things are going on than these low vibrational things people want to talk about. I don't know. All this sensational news is not helping you to grow. It's not keeping you connected to the Most High. That's what you need to be focused on right now. Your focus need to be on God. Your focus need to be more on unity. Your focus need to be more of, even though you feel like you're falling apart, even though everything around us seems like it's crumbling and falling apart, it's all coming together by the grace of God. The Most High is balancing the scales. And this is about an inherent trust. And I keep hearing feel and flow, because you do have to feel what's going on within, so you can work through it, so you can release it, so you can relate, so you can relax, so you can restore. Because the energy is, we're not of the world, but we're in the world. So we have to see it's real, it's happening, it's going down. And a lot of people on this earth, I'm going to say a lot of spirits on this earth, are really jumping on those who are in a low vibration. Even though what's happening in the world is in a different frequency, in a different dimension. It's like an alternate universe when you're watching it. Sometimes it feels surreal. It feels like the Twilight Zone. It feels, it's indescribable most of the times. And sometimes I'll be like, I can't believe I'm alive and seeing all this going down. That's what I mean by what a time to be alive. To witnesses. We're about to be a witness, if you're blessed with life. Witnesses to seeing celestial beings, seeing the extraterrestrial beings. Yeah. It's about to get wilder. Okay. Born to be wild. God, the Most High, is a wild one too. Not in the box. Let me say this. But yeah, what I'm feeling is helpless, hopeless, stuck energy. I don't know why too many people are not reaching for the one, not asking for the one. And all these celestial beings, angelic forces on the land, they don't push or force. The Most High doesn't push or force. You gotta ask them to intervene. Give them permission. Invite them into your space. I feel like it's a lot of people, Spirit is saying a lot of people are not in a space of receiving. They either all up in their head, or mad, or frustrated, or focused on not having enough, not what they don't have, instead of what do you want? What do you need right now? A lot of downloads are coming through as we're doing the work, because if you are committed to the light of God, you are the light on this earth, you are the salt of this earth, so that means you need to be doing the work. And I feel like all these distractions right now is pulling the light workers away from doing the work. Hold on, y'all. I'm sneezing. I had to sneeze. I don't want to do it on camera. Okay. A lot of spiritual energy. Standing strong with me right now. Yeah, we're supposed to be rising above the fray. We're supposed to be focused on connection. Staying connected to the source. Plugged into the source. Because this war is escalating even more. And then Spirit wants me to talk about this. Because the wars within people is playing out, manifesting onto the land. Because then we have a government now want to get involved. It's too much right now that's going against humanity. So the Most High has to intervene. And of course, the Most High is sending your guides who have been with you since birth, the angels. Let me tell you something about Yeshua, Jesus Christ. I know they like to put the religion, because I feel like all religions when you interpret it properly, when it's valued, when it's respected, and you walking with the Spirit of God, it all leads to one source, to the Most High. Um, Yeshua for me, that's a guiding force for me, and it's bigger than what this world sees. Um, in my heritage, my bloodline, part of my lineage. So, me being of service, Yeshua, I work closely with Yeshua and the angels and, my guardian guides. I call them guardian spirits, my spiritual crew, because we all have it, whether you're aware of it or not. I think this is the time people need to wake up, because this is a spiritual life. Everybody's looking at things on the surface. Everybody want their flesh to be fed, but right now your spirit need to be fed. If you wanna make it, if you want to endure, if you want to get through this wilderness, you need to be fed in the spirit. You need to be connected to God. You don't need to be picking fights because you got some type of turmoil going on inside of you. You don't need to be holding grudges because you don't know how to let go and let God. You don't need to be harboring any resentment, because that's a low vibration where these demonic forces like to jump on you. And then the next thing you're doing is jumping on people. People who care about you. People who love you. People have shown you grace when you wasn't kind to them. Showed you the presence of God when you were ugly towards them. Forgave you when you betrayed them, cheated on them. This is, I'm talking about the others. Was lying, stealing, killing, and destroying. Because Yeshua, to me, when I'm following the teachings of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, it's more than biblical. I'm led in the biblical way, metaphysical way, mystical way, spiritual way, supernatural way. You cannot put spirit in a box. It's about your pure intentions right now, your pure heart. And this helpless, this hopeless, I was starting to feel disassociated and checked out and not well. So spirit saved me, because I wouldn't had made the decision myself to take some time off work. God had to say, hey, listen here now. I need you to do the light work. That's my purpose. And I'm starting to see that more. And anybody who is not in alignment with my purpose, then so shall it be. I gotta let them be right now. I can't waste my time and energy on any people who do not want to support me, who do not understand me, who do not get me, who cares? That doesn't matter. This power grid, I keep hearing about the power grid too. I do not want this power grid to go down during the summertime. All I could think about is humanity, the elderly, the sickly, the children, those that are sensitive to heat. And I keep getting the nudge, the advisement, the encouragement to pray. Not just about this power grid, but even if you're not just praying, I'm hearing that too. Because sometimes you just need to sit still. Like be in the stillness in the golden silence, in the solitude, because that's when you're going to hear. That's when you're going to see the sign. And the next order step is revealed. Oh, yeah, but it's supposed to be an inherent trust for God, a radical trust for God right now. But I know some people don't like to hear this, and they don't get it. But you incarnated for this very time. There's a soul contract that you made with God to serve your purpose and mission on this earth. And a lot of people ask, why am I here? What is my purpose? If you don't see your purpose, y'all, hold on, it's a lot. My sinuses acting up, my ears are clogging up because it's the forces of good are on the land, very close. So my physical being sometimes all over the place. So let me just take a minute to meet them where they at. Hold on. This is about you knowing that you are protected. But yeah, and the silence, that's what Spirit was saying. It's preparation too, as you're meditating, because you are raising your spirit to the frequency of God. I know you by your fruit. You will know them by their fruit. This is a time to be civil, to be kind, to be compassionate, to be gracious, to be loving, to be patient. Many people are feeling helpless, hopeless, and helpless. And the only way you can be in the flow is to obey God. Listen to God. If I hadn't listened to God about taking this absence from work, yeah, I'm missing out on some money, but Spirit was saying, I need you to trust me right now. That I got you. Don't worry about them bills. Don't worry about the rent. Don't worry about that job. Don't worry about you having less than in the material. This is what we're being shifted to right now. And I have found peace in it. Because I'm going to listen to God right now. I'm going to be obedient to God, not to any man or woman or child. I'm listening to God. That's the only way I'm going to get through. I want to live. I want to survive. I want to thrive. Don't you? But it's some people you're going to see all this jealousy, all this envy, all this insecurity. And what they need to do is tend to the wounds, the childhood wounds from mommy or daddy that has inflicted on them. I'm saying that again. Gotta be in a place of receiving. Gotta be in a place of receiving so you can, because as we're letting go and let God, I don't like to say rewards, but you're attracting. It's magnetized to you what you want. Yes, in the stillness, you need to be envisioning who you are. where you see yourself as you're moving forward. Because a lot of people focus on like that race, religion, the house you live in, the type of car you drive, the career you work. That is not your identity. And you can't take none of that. God don't care about none of that. Your treasures are being stored up in the heavens. Excuse me, y'all. But this world will have you thinking that's your identity with what you got. Physically, what do you have spiritually within you? Is it dead on the inside? Are you pushing everybody away? Are you really woke? Because if you are really awakened, you'll see spiritually, your spiritual eyes, what's really going on right now. Because too many people focus on the BS, the drama, the unnecessary. P. Diddy, the diddler, ain't paying your bills. Mr. Perry ain't paying your bills. Y'all see all these black, I am going to say that because that's a mirror. I'm not going to talk about what's happening to them, but do you see all these black men on the chopping block? It's karmic. You are not punished for your sins. You are punished by your sins. You're haunted by your sins. You reap what you sow. Even from your past generations, your ancestors, because they are interconnected within you. Oh, my ears keep filling up. Do the work. Trust your intuition. Receive the downloads. Receive the guidance. Receive the help. Receive the instruction. A lot of people don't know who they are. A lot of people are not self-realization. I can't even say the word. Self-actualized, meaning they don't know who they are. They're not self-aware. Do you know how powerful that is right now to know who you are? Who are you? First, start with a child of God. Or you're a child of the devil. Look in the mirror. When you really look in the mirror and see how you are behaving and watching your conduct. Because Spirit said no more talking about, I know the Lord. I believe in the Lord. It's about being about it right now. Embodying the light. Walking in the light. Committed to the light. Even when you're mad. Because when God is within you, even when somebody pisses you off, and you've been pushed in the corner, and you may have felt like you had to fight back or defend yourself, now the Most High is saying, we need to control ourselves better on that too. Because these evil forces, these dark forces are coming at us harder. You will be hated for following Christ. Yeshua told us that. For following the teachings. For listening to God. For obeying God. For repenting. I mean, that repentance, if you feel any type of remorse for going off on somebody or losing yourself for a minute in the anger, that's repentance. Because you're bringing yourself back to God. Because you don't want to do that to another human being. I don't have time to. I've always been different like that. If you don't want to be my friend, that's fine. But I don't see any reason when you decide to go your separate ways, why do you have to hate each other? I'm so grateful that I am carrying the heart of God, that I don't have ill feelings. I've been betrayed. I've been pissed on. I've been dunked on. I have been cheated on. I have been lied on. People got this false narrative about me, that I have heard out loud what they feel about me. And it's sick and sad. Like, dang, people are gone. And I can't help, and you can't help how they see you, how they feel about you. And it may hurt for a little while. Let it hurt. And then let it be. Let go, let God. Because these are people that you care about. You can't say that love just don't stop. I don't understand that. Unless somebody was playing you. Unless they were being deceitful. Unless they weren't being authentic. Then it never was for them. Because some of you have been pouring into someone where you loved them more than they loved you. And just because they said it, and just because they gave you a lot of material stuff, they thought their love was greater than yours because of what they had or what they got. And you poured more into them spiritually, graciously, lovingly, willingly, because your spirit was willing, but they was operating in the flesh. That's what we're seeing going on right now, the battle between the flesh and spirit. So flow, feel and flow, go with the flow. To be committed to this light right now, I'm sounding the alarm for the light workers. Because some light workers are being dragged by darkness, by demonic forces. And connectivity is the key. You are protected. You're being guided. And we can't help those who don't want to help themselves right now. Some people feel like they're not worthy. And all I can say about that is do the work. And doing the work is going within instead of always looking outside of yourself. If you are blaming all the time, and it's somebody else's fault for the issues of your life, you ain't in the right mindset. That's a bad attitude to have. That's dangerous. But you know what's even more dangerous in this world right now? I heard this. Someone who doesn't want anything and doesn't fear anybody. Those are the most dangerous beings on earth right now. And some people will look at you as a simpleton, as you don't have any ambition. No, my purpose here, my sole contract when I came here is busting up the party of the religious programming. I know that's one of my purposes. Because this Western Christianity have people a lot in their religious spirits. And the religious spirits that I'm talking about, because Jesus Christ is mystical, mysterious, okay, not religious. And the religious spirits I'm talking about is double-mindedness. We have to get out of this judgment. And the judgment I'm talking about is looking down on others as less than. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody is better than anyone. Nobody is beyond redemption. But mainly what I'm hearing Spirit saying is a lot of people on this earth are not in a space of receiving. They're in a space of manipulating and trying to control and possess and obsess and cast spells and sorcery and witchcraft and gaslighting and lying instead of connecting, instead of unity, instead of harmony, instead of balance. This ain't about race or religion. The Matrix is about that. The race wars, the gender wars, the political wars. That's killing people's spirits. And if you stay too much tuned into those spirits, you will lose your way. Because you ain't focused on God. Our foundation, our strength, comes from God. The only reason why I'm still standing solid and strong, all praise to the Most High. All the glory belongs to God. People don't want to give God, exalt God. I don't understand. It's not happening. And I'm going to tell you, it's not happening for us to put another man on the pedestal. You have to be your own independent leader right now. It should have always been God at the forefront. And you're supposed to be embracing the divinity within you. The godly being within you. We're supposed to be a human being. Instead of human doing the most. Talking too much. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's what Spirit's saying. Always talking about, oh, I love God. Talking about, yeah, Jesus this and this. I got a lot of questions. Now Spirit's saying, calm down on the questions and just listen right now. Because a lot of those questions are of your flesh. What's going on within your spirit? Because I told you, it's a lot of people on the surface right now. Spirit wants us to go deep within ourselves. I'm getting passionate right now. Because God ain't playing with y'all no more. It's over. It's finished. You sitting up here want to listen to all these podcasters, all these pastors, all these pimps, all these pedophiles, all these predators, letting the world tell you what to do, how to be, how to talk to a woman, how to kick a woman down, how to shake down a Negro. You gone. So if you're in a place of receiving, because I keep hearing that you need to be in a place of releasing and receiving. And if I have a flashback or something comes back to me that triggers me, breathe, Shelly, breathe. I'm grieving in some ways because there's a lot of changes that's going on within my life. I'm doing the work right now. Spirit has me doing work. I wish I could do this full time because I'm in a space right now and I just might be shifted into the next phase of my life. I believe that's why Spirit had me to take these 10 days, and I was told to take more if you still feel like you ain't ready to go back after 10 days, and it don't matter what anybody else think. I'm telling you, I'm guiding you, I'm helping you on the next phase of your life. And you could choose to listen and obey, or you could choose to follow your flesh, follow the world. That's what God is at right now. It's you see this war in the Middle East. I just looked at it because Spirit wanted me to tune in, just look at a little bits and pieces of the news about it. This war is a mirror. And America think they are invincible and untouchable. And we're being watched because we're vulnerable right now. We're at our weakest. We are divided right now. We're not supposed to be in a space of division right now. The separation is mainly you're set apart, the light. You're being set apart in that way. But you're still supposed to shine your light in the darkness. Do the work. This is me sounding the alarm for the light workers. But yeah, I think I had said something Spirit brought to my attention, and I think I had said something about, I don't know, it was in one of my previous messages about a ragamuffin. And I don't say that. Ragamuffin. I said ragamuffin. And then how about Spirit led me to a movie called, a true story, called Ragamuffin. Check it out when you have some time. That was so inspiring. I needed a good faith-based movie. God knows I did. And He led me to it. My spirit was led to it for a reason, for the synchronicity. That was Spirit speaking through me with the ragamuffin. Because this is how a lot of people judge those who are different. And ragamuffin, when I look it up, it's like somebody that's disheveled or poverty stricken or don't look clean. But the guy, I forgot his name. My God is an awesome God. My God. I can't think his name, but he's a songwriter. He was a singer, but he was also struggling with addiction, alcoholism. But he was always chasing God. He was always seeking God. He was always communing with God. But then it had to be at a point where he had a relationship with God. But he was dealing with a lot of trauma too. But this guy, he always walked around barefooted. He always wore holy jeans, t-shirts. Very different and unique. Ragamuffin. But it was a message. That, see, God speaks to us, and this is another thing that folks who don't know God, what they do. God speaks to us in many forms, many ways, and through many different mediums. It could be in the music. It could be in the movies. Television is a portal. Music, the frequency of music is a portal within itself. I'm looking up ragamuffin. Rich Mullins. Yeah, that's his name. But he has a lot of, one of the most popular songs, I think, is Awesome God. I think that's the name of it. But no, I had, let me go to this, y'all. Because Spirit want me to share you. But that's how people will judge you as a ragamuffin. And I was like, I'm a ragamuffin. See, we have something in common. We may be unique in our gifting, in our personality, in our walk, but we have something in common. We are interconnected. And this is what Spirit had me to transcribe and share with you. Because you're a ragamuffin too. God loves us for who we are, not for who we should be. Because none of us are who we should be. Okay, okay. That's the heart of a ragamuffin gospel. Ragamuffins are the unsung assembly of saved sinners. They're little in their own sight and aware of their brokenness and powerlessness before God. A ragamuffin knows he is only a beggar at the door of God's mercy. That's why I be like, thank God for grace and mercy that you woke up breathing. Before you blow that dragon breath with your first mad thought, you thank God to get your attitude right, to get your mind right, to set the tone for the day. You know that you are a ragamuffin if you're not ashamed of being a ragamuffin. Much like having the simplicity of a child and the poverty of a child, you come before your Abba Father and you rest in your identity as the beloved of God. This is the restlessness. This is the helplessness. This is the hopelessness on the land right now, because many are not resting in the identity as the beloved of God. They want to be beloved in the world. They want attention. They want fame. They want fortune. They want the fashion. Ain't got no peace. No peace, no God. That means God ain't present if you don't have any peace. And God said, get off from that job because it's affecting your peace. When your personal life and your work life are clashing and you feel like you just want to check out, and Spirit say walk away. Be absent from the body and be present with God now. Because I have been going hard. Spirit had to have me reflect. Michelle, you've been going hard since 2015 when my first nephew passed away. Going hard. Working on myself, listening to God, falling, getting back up, fail, pass, succeed, survive, thrive, grieve, hardship, struggle, belittled by others, betrayed by others, deceived by others. Because I started hiding again, not using my spiritual discernment, owning my stuff. I had to reflect, release, relate, so I can be restored. So I can be accountable. This is about us being accountable and responsible. I'm seeing a lot of that what Spirit was showing me. It's too much pride. on the land right now. It's too much arrogance on the land right now. Ain't no fear of God. The fear of God is not being like, because we weren't given a spirit of fear, but you're supposed to have a sound mind, right? Power, love, and a sound mind. Why folks ain't work? Why folks ain't focused on having a sound mind, a clear mind, a sober mind? That's the only way you're gonna get through during this time. Spirit already told me the demonic forces are attached to the drugs, the alcohol, the prescription drugs, that medicine they give you. It's a portal. It's an open door. You're inviting the forces of evil in more than you're inviting in the Spirit of God. I'm talking about if you're abusing it. You mistreat it, it's going to mistreat you. This is the cycle. This is the loop of hell that a lot of people are on right now. And some people walking around here like, la 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 la. It ain't bothering me. It ain't happening to me. Oh, we all gonna be tried by the fire. Even children of God. I know I have. Been tested and tried. Who are you? I know Satan trying you too. Satan going against his own right now under the commandment of God. And I was sitting here thinking about, don't they say Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace? And then they say Lucifer, well, yeah, Prince of the Air. Prince. But Jesus Christ is King of the Kings. Kings of the Kings. But Prince of Peace. Listen to that. Prince of Peace. Prince of the Air. Because both have the answer to God. What you talking about? I'm talking about the Creator. The one who created you. And you talking about you didn't ask to be here. You don't even know the half of it. You ain't here just for nothing. There's a soul contract that is predestined by the Most High. There's a purpose you're supposed to be serving. There's a mission you're supposed to be serving. And some people need to look at it as your purpose right now might be to be the best husband or wife you can be. The best friend that you can be. The best mother, daughter, son, father, whatever that you can be right now. The best version of yourself. Why can't that be enough? And then the rest shall follow. See, that's the flow. That's the flow spirit talking about. Folks don't know how to be in the flow no more. Because they, I just heard spirit say, because they mind on the flow. Ooh. Ooh. Your mind's supposed to be elevated. You're supposed to be setting your mind high above, right? If your mind on the flow, you in the lower realm. And some of them in the pits of the hell. They be hating on folks who helping them. Now that's sick and sad. You better lay low. And that laying low, what spirit is talking about is the covering. The observing, the watching, the discerning, the seeing, the observing. What's going on around you and within you. Because that's what Spirit is teaching me too. You're not of this world, but you in this world. So you need to be aware of the happiness that's going on around you, in the perimeter of where you at, and the outskirts too, meaning outside of the U.S. too. And when my attention was brought to the Middle East, that war that's going on in the Middle East, this is the broad perspective of what's going on. A lot of people on this limited perspective. But the Most High is limitless. And I'll tell you right now. I'm going to pause this, y'all. Alright, I want to spare you riding the train. But as I was saying before the train rudely interrupted me, tell me something good. Tell me, baby. Tell me that you like me. Yeah, I know. I got some good news coming up. I'm going to do that in the next message. But what I was going to say. It's a critical, intense, heavy times that we're in right now. And I'm not about the okie doke, the BS, the drama. You can't even care about those who don't see you properly. They don't see themselves. Anybody who is jealous, who deals with, who harbors that spirit, because those are spirits, jealousy, envy, and insecurity, they don't know their identity as the beloved of God. Your spirit want me to say that again. Much like having the simplicity of a child and the poverty of a child, you come before your Abba Father and you rest in your identity as the beloved of God. The love of God is your only hope. Can you rest in your identity as the beloved of God? Some folks, I think it's so bad, so sad that people don't know how much they are loved, flaws and all. And some people won't receive the light because they don't think they're deserving or worthy of receiving the light. Because I feel like when anybody curses you, when anybody talks down to you, when anybody calls you out of your name, when anybody tells you that they hate you, when anybody lies to you to your face, when anybody manipulates you and gaslights you, they do not like themselves. They are a puppet for the demons. They have been hijacked. I don't want to hear about no narcissists no more. Narcissists are, those are demonic forces. That's all. That's this. It's all spiritual right now. Those are demonic forces. When you are stubborn and sitting with those forces and it's destroying your life and you don't see that it's destroying your life and has a ripple effect, that you are hurting and harming the people in the vicinity of you. And we see here online talk about narcissists all day long. That means they have power over you. Now we do know how to, we do have to know how to confront the enemy. But the way some people be talking about narcissists is it's from a place of low vibration. And some of my messages, it was my last message. It was a confirmation about, um, what is it? Stay the living water, or something. Oh, stay rooted in the living water. Some people may not understand my messages. That's okay. That's okay. That message may only reach one. Then so be it. I told y'all I ain't on here for no fame, no attention, no clout, no none of that. This is about service. This is purpose. This is a mission. I'm here to guide you to the light. We ain't here to save the world. There's only one that can do that. The one true living God. We ain't here to save folks. That's another thing. People be putting that unnecessary pressure and tension on themselves. We're only here to love, help, and guide people to the light. Love, help, and care for one another. Why can't that be your purpose? Why not start there? Because the activity, the activism right now needs to be embodying the light and love of God. If you don't know that, I don't know what to tell you, partner. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't know that by now, over the age of 35, y'all, we should, come on now. Shouldn't be fighting like darn teenagers. You should want each other over the age of 35, because we already get pressure from the outside world. You should want peace in your home. You should want peace in your temple. That's home too. Because this world ain't your home. It's a temporary residence. And like I said, sometimes my messages, I be in awe too of spirit. Like, oh, because spirit is speaking right now. The more time I take off, the clearer I'm getting. Because it cleansing a lot of negative energy from me, a lot of negative people, a lot of negative vibrations. That's being cleansed and purged from me, and I'm allowing it. Like I said, this new chapter in your life might be scary, but empowering at the same time. Allow the unfolding. That's hard for some people to do. Some people buck against the current instead of flowing, instead of going with the flow. And spirit telling me to advise you, feel and flow. Because you being numb ain't helping you. You running away from a situation ain't helping you. You mad every day ain't helping you. It's killing you. Slow suicide. They could talk all day long. Because you know they like to say they go to hell. Those who commit, who murder themselves, who kill themselves, that they go to hell. You don't know where they go. Why would God do that? Folks who ain't in their right mind, seeking a mental relief, a emotional relief. Let me tell you, there's levels to this spiritual realm, okay? And I've been transported and visited many different levels and realms of the lower realm and the higher realm. You can call it hell and heaven, whatever, okay? But there's a regeneration realm. Miss Whitney Houston was telling me about that too. There's a realm when it's been so much trauma injected into you from being on this earth, not just your own trauma, but from your ancestors' trauma too, and you really didn't quite heal from it while you was on this earth, because we carry that deep within us, you know. But the lesson right now is, what do you need to heal in this present time? That's all you can focus on. But there is a regeneration place. A regeneration ministry where you have to learn how to surrender to the divine in that place, because everybody is not going to be in the realm of Jesus. A lot of people think they're going to be seeing Jesus right away. No, you need to get your attitude right, because some people, if you die, because spirits have me think about that too, if you die today, because that's a reflection. The other side is just a reflection of where you at spiritually on the inside within you. If you died today and you void on the inside, you may travel to the void. But if you dark on the inside, you may travel to a dark place and or see some type of stuff, some type of uh, listen. Everybody ain't gonna see Jesus. I'm gonna say that right now. Everybody ain't got a ticket to the heaven. I'm gonna say that right now. Because Jesus don't even know you on this earth. So I don't know why you think you're going straight up to the heavens. Everybody ain't gonna be right with under the bosom of the Creator. And you're gonna have to answer. Yeah, you're gonna have to answer. For what you do. For what you said. For why you didn't show love, care, or help. Even in your own household. Kind to everybody else. Charismatic to everybody else. Gracious to everybody else. But nobody in your household? What kind of boogie woogie toogie 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 da da da? What type of creepazoid stuff is that? I'm telling you, you ain't having them creeps on the inside of you. Them creeps on the inside of you. That darkness on the inside of you. You gonna meet the other maker. That maker is gonna show you the shadow of the Almighty. The shadow of God. Gonna show you the shadow within you. And sometimes it take a while. The regeneration, because it's timeless and limitless. We beyond space and time in the spiritual realm. So we all eventually return to God, you know. But it's in different realms. Different planes of existence. You might not even see your mama. You know, I had looked at this movie. It was a true story of a spiritual medium. And he channeled someone that transitioned to the other side. He transcribed it. And this guy died on the surgery table. He was a doctor, too. He was an unhappy doctor. Had the house, had the wife, had the kids. I mean, had a mansion, was living well. Um, but it just he always had a frown on his face. But you know, he drank a lot and he smoked a lot. Um, but as he transitioned to the other side, you know what his first pit stop was? A place like purgatory. Cloudy, murky, muddy, dirty. People walking around like they zombies. People stuck in the state of mind of how they died. He he woke up in purgatory in mud. Lay down in mud. That means you muddy on the inside. Then he was suffering in that place. Not one time did he call on God. Not one time did he ask for forgiveness until it became too much. Because even in that purgatory, he still had hunger pains. Thirst was thirsting. That living water message. Go listen to that. I hear you, Spirit. Because that living water is within. You never thirst. But he was so far gone on the earthly realm that he traveled to a place that was going on the inside of him. And then he had other spirits chasing him. They was in their spiritual bodies. Suicide, suicide. They were looking at him like down on him because but he was committing a slow suicide with anger, with intolerance, with the addictions, with the afflictions, with the envy, with the hate, whatever that was the turmoil that was going on within him, until he finally got to the point where he called on God. I'm telling you, then he transitioned to a place that was a regeneration place. He didn't see his mama. There wasn't nobody down that he knew. It was a place of recovery, of regenerating, of getting back to the oneness, of getting back to the divinity, because he still had to work through his ego, his pride. He was still in the humanness of it all. That's the trippy part. That was deeply embedded in him. And none of it was in his control. His mama wasn't even in that place. His mama was ascended higher. She was at the bosom of God. And there was a place where they can go see who was praying for them. Only 2 people. Oh yeah, he did see one of his patients on that same side. Regeneration. One patient. And only 2 people was praying him. That one patient was praying for him and his mother. His own wife wasn't praying for him. You see what I'm talking about? That humbled him. While he was on that surgery table, he saw his mother was the only one praying for him. After the patient will leave, the patient that prayed for him, that used to, he was a doctor that looked after the patient and her husband. But she used to pray in gratitude and thanks for the doctor. And the doctor was like standoffish and egotistical and be looking down on them. But that lady was still praying for him. Only 2 people was praying for him. And he was asking the guides, when he was rescued in purgatory, the other onlookers, the other spiritual bodies that were stuck and trapped in that place, the guardian spirits that came to rescue him, to take him to this regeneration realm, he reached out his hand to the ones that were looking on, and do you know what they did? The light. They didn't want to receive the light. It was light emanating from that guide. See, if you ain't receiving the light on earth, if you ain't embodying the light on earth, why you think you got a ticket to heaven? You ain't walking with the light on earth. You can be earthbound or under the ground. I'm trying to tell you. And he had to work through some steps. They call it 12 steps for a reason. I don't even know the 12 steps, but he basically had to work through some spiritual steps before he can have a visitation from his mother, who had to come to him from another realm. He had to do some work, inner work, spiritual work, before he could see his mama. So we be hearing these things because Miss Whitney Houston had said that too to me. She was like, me, my daughter, and mama was on 3 different planes of existence. They have came together, but in the beginning it wasn't like that for her. Because a lot of people be like, go on and rest in peace with your mother, and you don't even know if you're going to be on the same plane of existence as your mother, as your father, as your brother, as sister, or your cousins. You might enter into a plane of existence on the other side where you don't know nobody. Go that train again. But yeah, I want to share that with you because that's the truth and the whole truth. I don't know what my transition to the other side is gonna look like. Hopefully, I can remember Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. I don't know. I might just see a little pin needle of light. Satan may be chasing my butt on the other side. Let me stop. Well, wake up and be like, help me, Jesus, help me. Because ever since I've been birthed on this earth, I've been bullied, I've been betrayed, I've been busy slaying the demons. If you know what I'm talking about, okay? So I might have to fight a few, slay a few as I ascend. And I don't know what part of heaven I'm gonna ascend to. I don't know that. None of us do. I just know my heart is connected to the heart of God. So when I transition to the other side, I pray the fear don't take over. I pray it ain't in a tragic way. Let me tell you, yeah, we have to pray, y'all. Keep your prayers lifted. Meditate as much as you can. Get out into some nature. Ground your energy. Even if you don't get out into nature, you too got all types of nature. I got nature going on right now. Water has been my thing. Looking at water, hearing water. The Most High speaks to me a lot through water. So that's why I am led to water, the nature of water. But yeah, stay committed to the light. I'm sounding the alarm for the light workers because that's your purpose, that's your mission, that's the contract you made when you incarnated here to do that. You incarnated for this very time. I know when you was on the other side, because when you're a spirit, you had a power all in you. But then when you on earth, you densify. You become dense. You forget. Then you got to remember to tune into the spirit to get your strength, to get your power, to get the love, to get the sound mind. That's what you got to do during this time. Sounding the alarm for those who are committed to the light. Don't just talk about it, be about it. And in the meantime, between time, Spirit will me say this again, rest in your identity as the beloved of God. I'm keeping you all lifted up in my high thoughts and prayers. You stay up vibrationally in the frequency of God. Be electric. You're needed right now. You're being called by the Most High to do the work. Work that light. Alright, y'all. Sending much love, light, and healing vibes your way. Start envisioning the golden light around you, around this country, around other countries. The golden light of God, okay? Start seeing that surrounding you. Inviting the angels, your guardian spirits, to help you along the way. Because they can only intervene if you're ready to receive. Alright, I'll catch you on the next go round. Love. Peace.